Hey y'all, we are doing a Glisten and Glow live tonight. It is also a sip and swatch, so grab your favorite beverage, alcoholic or non, and maybe a blanket if it's getting chilly. Hey Hoopty, in your area, it's definitely cold in mine today. So yeah, grab a drink, grab a blanket, cozy up and get ready for some fun sip and swatches tonight. Hi Susie. I just have apple cider because like I said, it is definitely chilly here. It was so cold last night. I think we have some warm-ish days coming, but we're still like high 20s, that's not the right numbers. Low 30s for the foreseeable future at night. We actually had a frost warning or freeze warning, I guess technically last night, or freeze watch, whatever it was like 36 degrees here last night and it was cold. We were actually outside at an event for most of the evening. So we were all bundled up in coats and boots and mittens and all that stuff. So grab a drink there. I'm actually very excited for the apple cider. I made it for Halloween with some, hi Laura, with some mulling spice stuff that I had, and it's just been really delicious. And yeah, I'm glad I have more left. So, but yes, I'm very excited. We're going to get into this package. It is Glisten and Glow's stuff. It was sent to me by Jill of Glisten and Glow to show off to y'all. I know we have a special charity polish in here. We have a winter collection, and y'all, it's magnetics. Jill made it more magnetics. Super, super excited to see those. I have already seen them a little bit because Jill reached out, and apparently there was a potential for mislabels, so she just asked me to open mine and double check that I had 4 different polishes and that their labels matched what they should have been. So we are all good here. So I have technically seen those magnetics, but I haven't played with them at all, and I am very excited. And it literally was an open, look at label, and put away. So I haven't really looked at them, but I'm very excited. And then we also have 2 Black Friday exclusive polishes, so I will show those off tonight as well. Laura says nothing to sip tonight, but I'm eating Halloween candy cookies. Ooh, cookies sound good right now. We passed out so much candy and had an absolute blast. Hi, Taylor. Welcome in. Yeah, it was an absolute blast. I think I did that again to you, Shay, didn't I? Yes. Hi, Shay. Every time I see Shayler, I want to say Taylor. Sorry, Shay. Welcome. But yeah, we handed out so much candy. Halloween was an absolute blast. The first one in this house. Super success. And I think it'll just get better next year because we'll have, people will know that we'll be here. Apparently, our cul-de-sac has a couple of retired houses and then mostly houses with kids that take their kids trick-or-treating, so they're not lit up. And the people that were here before us didn't do anything. So no one really expected to come down here. We made a sign that we put at the end of the road letting kids know that we had more candy down here. And of course, we had all the crazy decorations. I also posted in our neighborhood Facebook group of make sure you bring your kids over here. We have candy. And then we had tons of people say they saw that post. And then lots of people oh, you're the good house because we do full-size candy bars. So I think we'll have even more people next year, and I'm very excited for that. Taylor, dang it, Shay, I did it again. My hubby calls me Shayler. Okay, well, maybe if I mess up and call you Shayler, maybe that's better, but sorry, Shay. Susie says she's drinking a Diet Coke. Nice. And Frida just came in. Hi, Frida. But yes, I'm very excited. Halloween was so much fun. Sadly, I think we're going to take around our decorations tomorrow. I'm letting everything else dry out for one more day, and then we're going to take everything down. And then I guess we'll start decorating for, I think Skelly is going to get his pumpkin spice outfit next. And then we'll go to Thanksgiving for him before we do Christmas, because I am definitely a decorate after Thanksgiving person here. That is my personal preference. But kudos to anyone who's already up. One of my neighbors has Christmas stuff out. We saw it on our walk today, and I was like, good for them for getting it out and getting it done. So you do what makes you happy. But my Christmas stuff will come out after Thanksgiving is my typical, and I always say that, and then our life gets hectic, and it's the second week of December I'm finally putting up the tree. So we'll see what actually happens. The plan is usually the day after Thanksgiving. So anyways, let's get into some pretty Glisten and Glow polishes, because I know that's what y'all are here for. And yeah, there is one that the lid is open, so that's the one that I grabbed first. because I don't have to pop it open. We will see if Maple comes in and gets any of those off the floor. I doubt it. She's been pretty snoozy. Also, Kevin is watching the Bills-Chiefs game, and he is rooting for the Bills, and I'm more of a Chiefs fan here. I mean, we're Missouri. So I did tell the dogs they had to sit there and root for the Chiefs. We'll see what happens. They kind of look like crazy, like most dogs do, but you know. First up, we have Sub-Zero Hero. This is from the winter collection, and like I said, those are magnetics. We have 4 magnetics from that collection, so I'm very excited. Let me grab my magnet here. Hi, Mighty Forge. Welcome, welcome. Laura says, we don't do outdoor Christmas, but all the inside stuff is up. It brings me so much joy. I get it. I totally get it. Do what makes your heart happy. And I love getting my stuff up. I can't wait to have my Christmas tree up. I love just like turning off the lights and sitting there and watching the Christmas lights. We do a big outdoor setup too for Halloween, for Christmas, like we do Halloween. I'm not sure how our outdoor lighting is going to work this year because this house is quite a bit taller than the last house. I really want those Govee lights that like are permanent lights on your house and you can change the colors for the holidays and all that. I think it's a little above our wheelhouse to self-install those, especially with the layout of our roofs, because we have like a tuck-in garage, so then that has a weird overhang, and then there's a second story overhang, and like I'm just not sure that we are really designed to handle that, which means paying someone, which means more money. So I'm not sure if that'll be this year thing, but I do want those, so we'll see. But I am excited to get my Christmas stuff up. So all right, back to Sub-Zero Hero. This is a really pretty like mauve-y purpley color. And then, like I said, it is a magnetic, so we're going to do that. There's definitely a mixing ball there, so we'll see if that causes any issues. Ooh, it's got a really pretty, like, bright silver line to it. Also, can we give another big clap for Jill getting into magnetics? I'm super, super excited for that. And here we have a collection of just magnetics. Super pretty. Hi, Laura. Welcome, welcome. I don't know why that lighting just, like, went from cool to warm. It's super pretty. Okay, very excited to play with that. Y'all, I swear, every time I go live, my nose starts itching. I've yet to figure that out. Susie says, woohoo! Yeah, I'm very excited for these magnetics. This is Hope Shines On. So this is the, I mentioned there was a charity polish. This is an epilepsy awareness charity polish. It is a collaboration with Addie and Sydney. Addie is Playfully Polished Pal here on Instagram, and Sydney is Pretty Polished Phalanges. So it is a collab with them. This polish, usually, y'all, we don't do pricing. Hi, Esmeralda, until later on. But because this is a charity, I want y'all to know in advance that this polish is going to be $13, and $2 from every bottle sold will be donated to the Angels of Epilepsy charity. So it is for a good cause. Ooh, and it's super pretty, y'all. Laura says, I love this journey for Jill and for us. Yes, I am so excited she's into magnetics, and like, because we love magnetics. Y'all, Laura does amazing magnetic swatches. So if you're not following her already and you love magnetics, go give her a follow too, because she's got the glass bead down. Okay, so as I said, this is called Hope Shines On. It is a gorgeous purple base, and it has reflective in it. And I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of a shifty, but it's not really coming through on this front camera here. But it is definitely a reflective. So let me grab the flash so you can see all the beautiful sparkle in that. And then can we get a shift? Ooh, okay. I wonder what it's supposed to be shift. Load a color shifting shimmer that shims blue, purple, and pink. Okay. There, I can see the blue there, and then you got the pink at the very top edge, and then its base obviously is the purple. So very, very pretty. Again, is a charity polish. It's a gorgeous purple. Of course, it's reflective, so we're going to want a coat of G&G's Glitter Grabber, followed by their shiny top coat, just to get that nice and smooth and glass-like finish on there. Next, we have Polar Opposite. Again, this is for the winter collection, which is that magnetics collection. Esmeralda says, I bought the glass bead magnetic tool. Still can't figure it well enough. Did you get, is this the one you got? The one from Nailed It Magnetics? Is that, yeah, that's their name, right? I do that every time I do it. Cause I've had really good success with this one, and can you, I don't know if I can angle y'all so you can see this. It literally fell and then got stuck to the arm of my chair. I couldn't do that again if I tried. Oh yeah, also now you see the mess that's over there. That is what still needs to be unpacked. I want to say I'm getting there, but honestly, things have been so crazy that I'm not getting there. I'm trying, but I'm not. Esmeralda says, yes. Yeah, I've had really good success with this one, honestly. But I know, like, I've seen some people it's hit or miss with. I saw someone say that they couldn't use it without adding a magnet, which has not been my experience. Of course, I have, now that I've seen it, I haven't gotten to try it yet. But I have seen people, oh, please don't get my fingers. Please don't get my fingers. See, I can't even do that. Okay, I have seen people who are adding, I'm going to take off these extra extensions. I have seen people who are adding their horseshoe magnet to this, and like, that's how they're doing it. Hi, Crystal. I just realized I didn't send this to you, Crystal, or Frida, and I'm glad you both saw it because Instagram never tells y'all. So, but welcome in. Hi, Jen. Yeah, I've seen people do that with their horseshoe magnet. And hi, Sergeant Williams. I have never found it. Oh man, and y'all, I just made a mess on this. It's all dirty and gross now. I haven't felt the need to do that, but I saw someone did it and they said that it worked wonders. So I don't know. I may play with that too, but I didn't have a problem just using mine as is. So I don't know, but I hopefully you get it figured out, Esmeralda, because it is really cool. I really like the glass bead effect. That's what I've been doing on all of my magnetic swatches. I use the 3 bar magnets, the 3 magnetic nails with the bar, and then I do my index and my thumb with the glass bead. Susie says Chelsea influenced me to get it. That's me, the dirty enabler here. But yeah, I like it, so hopefully you can get it to work well for you. Okay, good to know, but going to keep trying because I have hit a horseshoe one. Yeah, the horseshoe, I just couldn't figure out how to spin that. And I like this, but I've seen people do the horseshoe on top apparently and does really good with that too, so I don't know. Taylor says, I did it again. Shay says, I'm gonna say your name 500 times tonight, Shay, so it sticks. Shay says, I missed the bead tool. Where did you get it? Okay, so this one here is from Nailed It Magnetics. And you're not gonna be able to see it on here. It has their logo printed on here. I have a reel of it on my page, or if you send me a message, I can send you the name of it, their Instagram or whatever. It's also 5D Print Factory, I think is their Etsy that they're using to sell these because they had that first and now they're going to open a magnetic nail polish brand, I believe. But this one it has 3 different size like holes to like figure out the spacing of how thick your finger is kind of thing. They're labeled with like a medium. I know it says W because the stuff's upside down, y'all. And a large, and then there's a small one. And you pick what's the best distance for your finger, and then you put it on here, and then the top spins, and that moves magnets around your nail to create the glass bead thing. This is the cheapest one I have seen. I feel like it is the most user-friendly one I have seen out there. I have not used any of the others, so I can't tell you that for sure. But based on looking at them, I think this is just the easiest one. Now, you can create your own to spin your horseshoe or however you want. I am incredibly blessed. I have a mechanical one that I'm extremely, extremely lucky that Laura and her sweet husband Kyle made for me. So I do have that one and I have been using that for my swatches. But you don't need a fancy one. I'm just lazy. So, Esmeralda says, I bought it because of you. Well, see, something I'm doing is right, y'all. But I think it is easy to use. It just takes time to get used to it. My biggest thing with magnetics is patience and doing every layer. I magnetize every coat. I think that one's instructions that you only have to do the top coat or the second coat. I do my first, second, and top coat every time, and I do it for a minute. I literally have my phone set a timer. I have the TV on. I watch TV or I scroll through Instagram or whatever for that minute, and then I move to the next finger. So I think having the patience to do it is what really helps too. But that's me. And I say I have the patience for that when I also say I'm not patient. Which I guess I am not patient, but I'm also mostly lazy. So having the mechanical one where I can just flip a switch is my preference, but you know. Welcome in, Magdalene. We did this last time, didn't we? Hold on. I wrote it. Where did I write it down? Carrie? Is it Carrie? I'm pretty sure it's Carrie. I'm like, I wrote your name down so I wouldn't do this again. Okay, back to the gorgeous polishes. We have Polar Opposite. Again, this is from the Magnetic Winter Collection. Ooh, see, y'all, I'm a hot mess with these magnets tonight. I totally did that. All right, so we are a really pretty purple, which let me grab these. Karen says, wow, impressive. It's not impressive. It's on my note. It's not written really clearly. I need to redo my note, but I just happened to find it on there and was like, it's Carrie. I wrote it down so that I wouldn't do that again. But, okay, Sub-Zero Hero. I want you guys to see these next to each other because they are both purple. Sub-Zero Hero, and then you polar opposite. So this one is a pinky purplier, and then this is a purpley gold. And I feel like if my camera would stop doing weird things, let me see if I can get my hand behind them. I feel like we have a warmer tone and a cooler tone of the purple. So they are definitely different. And I will show them flipped around next to each other so you can see those as well. But this is a really pretty purple. And then of course we are a magnetic. Ooh, and this has a beautiful purple line where the other has that icy silver line. Jen says the green is my fave of the winter magnetics. I'm very excited to show that one off. Because as I said, y'all, I have seen these. Ooh, look at that magnet. Yes. Ooh, and it's got like a larger particle shimmer in there too. Gorgeous. I have seen these, as I said in the beginning, because there was a potential for label mix-ups and things. So Jill just asked me to go ahead and open my package and make sure that I got 4 different magnetic polishes and that they were all correct. But again, I haven't played with them or anything yet. So I do know there is a green, and I am very excited for the green. This one is Freeze Frame, also from the Winter Magnetic collection. It is a really, really pretty polish, y'all. And you can see that magnetic line just sitting in there, kind of shimmery. But this is the green one. It is a sagey green. So there's Jen coming in and write the correct time again. And then it has this really pretty, I'm not sure if it's coming on camera, like blue strong shimmer in there. Like it's almost glowy. Ooh, I think right there got it. Yes, it's so pretty. Jen says, I got a double. They were labeled differently. Yes, that is why I had to check mine, Jen, because yours was wrong. Welcome in, Tiffany. Yeah, yours is wrong. So Jill's like, can you go check yours? Make sure you're right. And my camera, that I think right there is probably the closest to the true color. Again, the back camera will show it better, but let's do our magnet here. Oh, look at it. Look at how deep that got. And then that beautiful, beautiful line on there. I'm very excited to swatch this one. Yes. I love the sage green. It actually goes really well with my shirt. That was not intentional. I bought this shirt like a month ago and it's been too hot to wear it. So I was just excited to wear it today. But that green, absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. And I just set it down next to Polar Opposites, one of the purples. Look how pretty those are together, that green and purple there. Love it. Hi, Finger Weapons. Welcome in. This is Retail Therapy. This is one of the Black Friday exclusive polishes. Ooh. It is a super pretty, like raspberry pink. And then it has like a metallic finish. I'm not sure if that's coming through right. And then it has a like pink to blue shimmer. I think that's what it looks like to me. This reminds me of those like frosted metallics, which I don't know why I always associate those with Bratz dolls, but I do. This is really pretty. I'm excited to get this out of the bottle. Hi, Fuego Girl Television. Welcome in. Jen says, oh my God, I love this one. Hi, Jill. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's gorgeous, Jen. That's okay, Jill. You have a life. Totally get it. But yes, Jen, it is gorgeous. Frosty. Yeah, it's like a frosty metallic. That's exactly what it is, Jen. And then we have Glacial Goals, which is the last one for the winter collection. Like I said, that's a 4-piece magnetic collection. It is a really pretty steely, dusty blue. It has this purple pink shimmer to it. And then of course we are magnetic. So we're going to grab that magnet and get it all pulled there. See if we can get the line to stay a little bit. It's like a silvery. Of course, it'll show up way better when we get to the back camera because, you know, the front camera sucks. But very pretty. And all 4 colors are just gorgeous together. Jill says, I love this one too. Like cranberry with ice. Yes, that's exactly what it is. And I think I said a cranberry color even. And then last but certainly not least is I shopped, I sparkled. Again, this is the Black Friday exclusives. There are 2 for the sale. And this is so pretty. This is just glitter flaky sparkles. It's all jammed in here. There are some irregular sized flakes in there. I see some metallic flakes. Are there shreds in here? Is it reflective in here? Am I crazy on that part? I should just read the paper, but maybe not. Hold please. Hold please. I know we don't read descriptions, but I am very curious. Black jelly polish loaded with metallic flakies in shades of green, blue, silver, and color shifting ghost flakes that shift red, pink, orange, and yellow. So it is a flaky bomb in here. It is packed with flakies. Jen says the epitome of Christmas. Yes, and the base color, it is a black jelly, but to me, at least in the bottle, because of all those flakies in there, it does take on kind of a foresty green hue. So we'll see it out of the bottle and see what happens. But in the bottle, it looks like it's kind of greeny in there. Susie says party in a bottle. Yes, it is. It is definitely a party in a bottle. It has all those beautiful metallic flakes in there that just kind of pick up all the light at every angle. It's very pretty. And that is everything unboxed. So we're going to swatch. Now we do have 4 magnetics tonight. Jen says green. Yes, that's what I thought. Yeah, it does look like it pulls a little green, but that could just be in the bottle. So we'll see it outside of the bottle. We have 4 magnetics tonight, and we have 2 non-magnetics. So the last couple lives I have done, we have done all the magnetics first, all, 1 and 2 coats. And that's been really kind of nice to do those and then be able to get the magnetic like props and usage and all that stuff out of the way. So I'm thinking we do that again tonight. I think we'll do the magnetic collection first. And then we'll do the charity polish as well as the 2 Black Friday exclusives on the swatch wheel. Just that way for logistics for me and moving stuff and not sticking my arms in things. I just think that that's going to be the easiest way to do this. Whether or not it actually is, we will see together. But I think that's what I'm going to go with. So, of course, we're going to show them in their velvet form as well as their, bar magnetic lines. You can see that beautiful crisp line too, so I'll show both those ways. I am going to use my Victorian Varnish Glamour Gears for that. These are super helpful for showing everything at once with y'all. But yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to grab another sip of my cider and turn on my filter because I've been really bad about remembering to turn on my air filter. Actually, I did some I had to put on Gel X extensions today because I broke 2 nails on Halloween and I was going to cut them all off and then I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So I did put on extensions today and I realized after I'd used the gel and everything that I didn't turn on my filter. So we're going to turn that on. I'm going to grab another drink because again, it is a sip and swatch. So if you don't have a beverage, grab your favorite one and get comfy while we do this. I am drinking some warm cider. But yeah, we're going to flip you around and we're going to get into these swatches. All right, we are flipped. I'm going to scoot you down so I can see what's happening. Then we're going to zoom in just a bit. And then here is our info sheet for tonight for anyone who wants to screenshot it. So we're going to show off that Hope Shines On, which is the Epilepsy Awareness Collection, collab polish. It is going to be $13 and $2 from each will be donated to the Angels of Epilepsy charity. It comes out November 7th. Make note of these release dates because everything tonight does not come out on the same day. The charity polish launches November 7th at 6 p.m. Eastern. And it is a collab, y'all. I forgot to write this on the thing. I'm going to actually... we're just going to do this here so you guys can see it. It is a collab polish with Addie at Playfully Polished Pal and Sydney at Pretty Polished Phalanges. I totally forgot to write that on the info sheet. So there is that as well. So we're showing that off. Then we have our winter collection, which is 4 magnetics. They're going to be $14 each, or you can get the full set for $55. Those launch November 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then we also have our 2 Black Friday exclusive polishes, which are $12.50 each. They launch on November 19th as well at 6 p.m. Eastern. The Black Friday sale is going to go November 19th through December 1st on Glisten and Glow's website. And the magnetics and the Black Friday polishes will be part of that sale. So, yeah, they'll be included in that sale. I don't exactly know what the sale 100% is. I don't know what the discounts, the deals, all that jazz is, but I do know that that sales runs from November 19th to December 1st, and that you will be able to include the winter collection and Black Friday exclusives in that sale. Hi, Manny Franny, welcome in. So now that we have all that covered, again, if you want to screenshot this, there's a glare, I apologize. But if you want to screenshot your info form, you can. And then we are going to do our magnetics. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do the velvets at the same time. You know what? All right. We're going to see what we can do tonight. I think I can probably set 2 velvets over this way on this left one. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 swatch sticks for bars. We're going to see. I wish I could do them this way. They would fit better, but then I can't do the velvets. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to do this together and everyone's going to learn together. I just realized I did not get my, I used my little ice cube stampers to like hold my, I just set them off here, off camera, to hold the swatch sticks in place because they're a little bit tacky and it keeps them from sliding around everywhere. So I'm going to get those there. We will definitely zoom in so you can see magnetics work better, closer, all those things. And then I actually usually have to do like a lid to hold up the swatch sticks. It's a whole thing. I got a process. I do need to scoot this though so I can do, I don't know. This is going to be a learning thing for all of us. We'll see what happens. Of course, we do magnetics on regular or on individual swatch sticks. Just makes it easier to show the magnetic line. So we're going to do that. I just realized I probably can't do a velvet in there. I don't know. We're going to figure out. Maybe I'll just scoot this one off camera and you guys just won't necessarily see the velvet sitting on camera. You don't really need to see it sitting on camera in my opinion, but we would show it off. So Crystal, as usual, prepping for dinner. If I miss anyone, no worries. Crystal, what are we cooking tonight? What's for dinner tonight? All right, I'm gonna zoom y'all in so you can see a little bit better. You know what, let's just scoot stuff around, and yeah, okay, this is fine. This is fine. We could do this, right? We can do this. Oh, I wonder, can I do this? No, we're going to do this. Okay. We're all figuring it out together. Okay, magnetics. So, first up in the collection, again, the full collection is going to be $55. It is 4 beautiful, beautiful magnetics. I don't know why I grabbed this one first. It's not even the right one. But it's 4 beautiful magnetics, and they will be $55 for the set, or 14 a piece. I did tell y'all I was going to, I already prepped everything out on the thing. I did tell y'all I was going to show you them together. So here is all 4 colors together. Crystal's making Parmesan chicken, baby potatoes, and green beans. Oh, that sounds yummy. So here's all 4. You have that beautiful steel blue and the green, and then you have your 2 purples, which again, I do want to show on screen next to each other. See, they are very, very different. But I did want them to show next to each other so y'all can see that they are different. We have like more of a purpley tone. This is more of a pinky tone. And then of course that shimmer is very different too. And then our magnetic line is going to be different, but wanted to show that in comparison as well. We are going to start with Freeze Frame, which I'm excited because y'all know I love green. This one is a frozen sage green magnetic that once magnetized reveals purple to blue color shifting shimmer. And I can already see that beautiful purple to blue there. It's so glowy on top of that green. And then if I find my magnet, should I stuck to my desk again? Ooh, you can see that glow even more, and that beautiful, beautiful line. Yes. Okay. I'm very, very excited for this one. Gorgeous. Let's get it on this swatch stick here as soon as I find my swatch stick. All right. Here we go. Oh, it's so pretty on its own. I'm going to show it real quick, unmagnetized. Beautiful. And then I'm going to set it up here. Ooh. Okay, not as easy as I thought it was going to be to do that. There we go. Okay, clearly y'all can see there's a little bit of playtime there because I was able to move it around and that line moved with it. I'm going to zoom you in just a little bit more. I'm so not centered tonight and it's weird. Okay. So there is that. And then I'm going to do a velvet of it. Susie says, wow, in one coat. That is true. It is very, very nice in one coat already. Like, if you wanted to one coat it and just put on a top coat, I think you totally could. Like, it is juicy and rich. And like, that's even on the clear swatch stick, y'all, which my swatch sticks have these weird overlapping edges. It's very annoying. All right, really quick again. I also think I got a fuzzy in there. That's a me problem. Please don't blame the polish. I don't have my lid over here. Yeah, I'm just not prepared tonight. Also been in like a weird funk. Like, I think I got too much sleep last night. We went to bed quite early. We went to my niece's. Will there be a VIP early collection launch for these? Ooh, that's a great question. Jill, where there'll be a VIP early launch? I bet not, since these are going to be part of the, these are going to be included in the Black Friday sale, which honestly, you probably want to wait for the sale anyways, but we'll let Jill answer that. But we went to a event last night that kind of included my niece's 16th birthday. And we got home at like, I don't know, 8:30, something like that. And by 9, I was just dead. I wanted to go to bed. And then I don't think we actually went to bed until... No, I guess we got home at 9. Anyways, I think I went to bed at about 11, which is kind of early for me. And then with the time change, you know, we gained an hour and blah, blah, blah. I had like 10 hours of sleep and I still I'm just so tired today. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the weather change. Maybe it's because we were cold. Maybe I got too much sleep. I don't know. But I've just been exhausted all day and I didn't want to do anything. I made myself get up and walk and do some basic tasks, plus fix my nails and write my calendar for the month and all that jazz. But like, I just didn't want to do anything today, which is also why my nails are naked. They are all prepped and pretty and ready for swatching. But that, yeah, I was like, no, we're not doing manis. It's not happening. Next in our winter magnetic collection is Polar Opposites. This beauty. Jen says, I slept all morning. Yeah, I was like, I did not want to get up. Now, I did get up with my 8:30 alarm. But again, because we gained an hour, you know, it really was 9:30, and then getting myself moving to do the walk. So I just didn't want to. Susie says, I hate when we switch to DSC. Me too. I think it shouldn't be a thing anymore. It throws everything off. I hate that it gets so dark so early. It makes swatching just terrible because I got to make sure I have my sunlight and get things done in time. I hate driving in the dark, and this time, like right at this time when it's switching, I feel like a lot of people just don't notice vehicles as much. So like, I mean, my first accident, and really only accident, the second one, someone else backed into me, was literally like the day after we changed times. And I just didn't see the lady. I don't think her headlights weren't on either, but I really think it was so dark so early. And yeah, I hate switching, and I don't think we should do it. We should all follow Arizona and not do it. Okay, back to beautiful polar opposites, y'all. Susie says she's in Indiana. Yeah, so you get it. We were pretty close, Susie. Frozen Polar Opposites is a frozen medium purple magnetic polish that once magnetized reveals copper to yellow color shifting shimmer. And of course you can see that shimmer already. It's beautiful in there. But then when we magnetize it, that shimmer is going to be even more intense. And you have that beautiful line. Yeah, it's not going to stick. Oh, maybe. It stayed a little bit. You can see that beautiful, it did get so much darker, and then that shimmer just pops on the deepened purple there. Let's do this on our swatch stick. I'm so excited that Jill is doing magnetics. All of her polishes are always fantastic, and I knew she would not drop the ball with these magnetics. She has not disappointed at all, so I love that she's really embracing them. Here is it unmagnetized, and let's get it down there on that bar. Yes, look at that beautiful line already. Stunning. And then we're going to do a velvet one as well. Oop, I bumped y'all. I'm sorry. Let's put that one down here in the velvet zone, as I like to call it. All right, so that is our first coat of Polar Opposites. And then we will do our bar magnets for the other two down here, and I'm gonna do the velvets just off to the side because they're not gonna fit on camera real well here. But we will have velvets of those two, I promise. You just won't see the magic happen. I'm sorry. I promise it's happening. It's our chicken in the oven. It's the magic chicken in the oven doing its thing. Next is our Glacial Goals. which is a frozen periwinkle blue magnetic polish that once magnetized reveals a purple to pink color shifting shimmer. Laura says glass bead is going to be chef's kiss. Yes, it is. I cannot wait. You can already see that beautiful, beautiful shimmer in there. But then we grab our magnetic. Jen says, Laura, yes. Also, is everyone's comments working tonight? It seems like everyone's comments working tonight. Of course, I say that and then like, you know, ooh, yes, look at that beautiful line. Again, that shimmer just gets even more intense when we have the darkened base there. Gorgeous. All right, first coat of Glacial Goals going on here. Again, that consistency, it's just smooth as butter, very opaque. There it is, unmagnetized. Y'all know my rules here. If you don't feel like magnetizing or you like it better unmagnetized, you do what you want. You don't have to magnetize a magnetic polish. Laura says, I had to do the swipe trick. Okay, so your comments worked after you did the swipe trick, but at least you have comments. I'm glad that that's a thing. Susie says, beautiful. It really is. It's got that really pretty icy line in there. All right, let's do our velvet one. Again, I am going to put this on the other Glamour Gear just out of sight so we can do that velvet. Here's another quick look at it unmagnetized. You can see that beautiful, beautiful shimmer in there. And then I'm setting it off camera in its velvet zone to do its thing. Oh, I feel like I need to sneeze, y'all. Oh, goodness. Okay. And then last but certainly not least, in this beautiful magnetic collection, we have Sub-Zero Hero. This one is a frozen light mauve magnetic polish that once magnetized reveals a red, pink, orange color shifting shimmer. Again, we can already see that shimmer. Polish on the finger. Oh, I did. Look at you, Jen, catching it. I don't remember doing that. We got the green and the blue going. This is this is Marker from writing the notes there. Hi, Jess. But yeah, Jen called it. We're an official live. Oh, thanks, Jen. She said, bless you from my sneezes. Okay, yeah, you can see that beautiful red, pink, orange shimmer already in there and polish on the bottle. That probably came off of my finger. We're gonna roll it this way so you can't see that. And then we're going to grab our magnet so we can see it magnetized. Jess, you are just in time. We are showing off a 4-piece magnetic polish coming from Glisten and Glow. She made a whole collection. So excited. Jess said, uh-oh, G&G is going magnetic. Yes, she is. All 4 pieces here. Oh, look at that beautiful large particle shimmer back there. Of course, the bubble makes a line. Hard to show, but you can see it there. Oh, so pretty. Let's get it on a swatch stick here. We've got our individual. Again, that consistency, y'all, it is just so dreamy and thick, and there's more on my hand. Stunning. Let's get her down on the bar. Oh, did you see that instant line? So pretty. So pretty. Okay, and then we are going to do our other velvet. I'm just going to do it and set it down in the Glamour Gear that's just off camera just a little bit. It's still on my desk, y'all. I'm still going to put my arm in it, I'm sure. It's just a little out of frame so we can maneuver and do the things. All right, gonna put it down in its zone. Ooh, and y'all, I can already tell you it's going to be so pretty. Jess is such a classy color story. Yes, it's beautiful. She's calling this the winter collection. Again, I wish I could show, you know what? I don't need to show you all 4 on camera because all 4 are on camera here. She's calling it her winter collection, and I think it really does fit the winter vibes. It's kind of frosty. They're just kind of slightly muted tones, but really, really pretty. I'm digging the vibes of them. We're going to go through, we'll look at our first coat on each, and then we'll look at the first coat. I'll do the second coat and we'll move on to the next one. Again, I just feel like this was easier the last couple times I've done it to do the magnetics first and get those finished, so then I can clean up this stuff and have a nice clear workspace where I'm not sticking my arm in 20 things of polish the whole time. So we're going to circle back to that first one. That was Freeze Frame, which is our gorgeous sage green polish. When magnetized, reveals purple to blue color shifting shimmer. This is so pretty. We have talked about this consistency. Look at that in one coat, y'all. One coat. It's gorgeous. I don't think, like, you could get by with one coat, y'all. A one coat magnetic, yes, please. It's super, super pretty. Let's grab that velvet and show it off, and then we'll do our second coats of it. So here it is, velvet. I feel like you see the blue shimmer in this more in the velvet because that wide angle, like you have all that beautiful magnetic pigment, and then boom, there's the green with the blue shimmer in it. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the velvet of this. Ooh, there's that blue again. I think this is going to be beautiful with the glass bead method. I'm very excited to do that. These are stunning. Jen says, Jess, I totally agree with the color story. Like, it's just gorgeous. Let's go ahead and do our second coat of Freeze Frame. Hi, Sandy Fox Nails. Welcome, welcome. You are popping in on the perfect time here. We are showing off some new things from Glisten and Glow. Right now we're doing the new winter collection, which is a 4-piece magnetic polish. It is Glisten and Glow's first magnetic collection. We're going into second coats of it right now. So here is our second coat, unmagnetized, y'all, it's so pretty, of Freeze Frame. And then I'm going to set that down and let it do its thing. Again, I love the instant line. And we'll do our second coat of our velvet as well. Laura says, stop, that's so good. It really is. Again, I don't think you could totally get by with one coat if you wanted to. Obviously, 2 coats is going to make your mani last longer. It's just going to have it be a little bit more luscious. And then of course you want your top coat, but these are so, like, just such a gorgeous formula that you really probably could get by with one coat. If you didn't feel like dealing with a magnetic and 2 coats, I think you could skip. Jen says, Jill, don't play with polish. No, she doesn't. Her formulas are always great. And this is no exception, y'all. These are so, so good. Sandy says, hi, Chelsea. I'm late. I'll watch on YouTube. No worries. No worries. Leave me a comment there, Sandy, and we can chat about it afterwards. Let me know which of these magnetics ends up being your favorite. The next one we're going to do is Polar Opposite. Jess says, I got to feed the roommates, y'all. These are beautiful. Have a wonderful night. Go, Jess. Okay, Polar Opposites. We're going to go in with a second coat of it. Let's look at it. First coat with our bar here. Laura says, tell them they gotta feed themselves, Jess. Sandy says, I will. Good. All right, here is our first coat of Polar Opposites. Look at that beautiful line on there. It's so glowy. Again, consistency. Like, it's a one coater. It's a one coat magnet. I love it. And that magnetic line just glows off of it. It's super, super pretty. And then of course our velvet one here in all of its glowy purple glory. Absolutely beautiful. It is not often that velvet really snaps on the first coat. And you can just see it so clearly in this one. Love it. All right, I'm going to actually do the second coat of the velvet first just because it's in my hand. And I have the polish here. So we're going to do the second coat here. There it is, unmagnetized. Pop her down in the velvet zone. Again, this is Polar Opposites, which is a frozen medium purple magnetic polish that once magnetized reveals a copper to yellow color shifting shimmer. Sandy says these are one coat. Damn. Yes, they are. Like,
They are gorgeous. Also, Sandy, you haven't missed a ton. You've just missed, obviously, the unboxing portion. And then just the first coat of these gorgeous magnetics. So you really didn't miss all that much. All right, we're going to let that set to do its second coat. And then we're going to look at the second coats of Glacial Goals, which is this beauty here. This is our Frozen Periwinkle Blue Magnetic Polish that once magnetized reveals a purple to pink color shifting shimmer. Look at that beautiful line right in the middle. And of course you can see the pink and purple in the background very clearly. Sandy says, cool. Yeah. Yeah, you missed the unboxing and a little bit of chatter at the beginning and then just first coats. So you are in time to see the second coats. And then we do have 3 non-magnetics that we will do first and second coats after these. Beautiful. And then our velvet, which again is off camera just because it wouldn't fit on camera. I've been tempted to do 2 in here, but y'all, I know I'm gonna get them stick to each other. Like we're just gonna stick in there. So I'll just do them off camera like I have been. But here is that velvet, again, first coat of Glacial Goals. Again, you can see it really well on the first coat. Normally we can't get the velvet to really shine through that much on the first coat. So I am impressed, very, very impressed by these. Y'all, we need to encourage Jill to continue to do magnetics, so make sure you buy the crap out of these. I'm going to go ahead and do on my second coat here of Glacial Goals. Make sure you buy these and you show her just as much that we love her magnetics, so she'll keep making more. Again, this set launches on November 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern on Glisten and Glow's website. It's going to be $55 for all 4 or $14 each. Going in with that second coat on the velvet one, again, just because I already had it in my hand. I'm going to place it back off in its glamour gear, just off camera here. Stay, thank you. And we'll do the second coat of the bar. Again, one more time, unmagnetized. You can see how beautiful it is that way as well. And then gonna pop it right down and see that gorgeous instant line. I love it. And then last but not least, we're gonna do our second coats of Sub-Zero Hero. First coat here, this is the Frozen Light Mauve Magnetic that once magnetized reveals a red, pink, orange color shifting shimmer. Again, you can see that in the background with that beautiful bright magnetic line across it. These are very icy. They definitely give me winter vibes. And I'm kind of digging the matte finish on them. I mean, y'all know I love matte, but the fact that these are drying so matte, it just adds to the frostiness of them. Hi, Melissa. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, they just look frosted already. So I think they are perfect for a winter collection. Here comes the velvet first swatch. Again, I feel like that velvet comes off super, super well, which you don't see on the first coat. It's another reason why I think you could get by with 1 coats of these if you wanted to. Jen says it looks like raw metal matte. It does, doesn't it? It's so pretty. They're like steely. They're gorgeous. Let's do second coats. So grabbing the bottle of Sub-Zero Hero. Again, I'm going to do the velvet first because it's what was in my hand. Ooh, okay. That's a hair. Hold on. Hold, please. Get off my brush. Okay. Back to it. Look, we're going to really test our playtime with these because that was a hair. I am going to go ahead and set it down, though, immediately. I'll show you unmagnetized again on the bar one. Y'all, she had no problems. I can see that velvet moves. You got more wiggle room with these, which to me means they are going to be beginner friendly. Or if you just struggle with magnetics in general, these are going to be good magnetics for you. They have a lot of play time and wiggle room. And again, because they are 1 coaters, if you just want to do 1 coat and magnetize it and be done with it, you totally could with these. Here it is, again, unmagnetized. Oh, it's so frosty and pretty. And we're going to pop it down there and look at that line. So, so crisp. Gorgeous. Now, while that one sets, we'll circle back and look at our second coats of everything and get label shots. Yeah. All right, so going back to freeze frame. Here it is in 2 coats. I have been screaming that these are 1 coaters, and they are. I'm not going back on my word, they are. But I think that shimmer in the background, that the purple blue shimmer in the background, I think it came out more on the second coat. I think you can really see it on the second coat. So like, you could get 1 coats if you want to walk out the door, or if you just don't feel like it, if you're lazy like me. But I do think if you want that shimmer to show more, the second coat brought it out. I really, really do. That line, stunning. And then let me grab the velvet here. Hey, could you stay? Thanks. Let me grab the velvet one. Yes, look at the velvet. And the way that beautiful purple shimmer comes out, especially on the edge of it. Yes. Gorgeous. Again, we have no questions opacity. No questions. I don't even need to show y'all. Like, they are opaque. Absolutely stunning. All right, I think for the sake of zooming out, zooming in, we'll show second coats really quick on all of them, and then we'll do label shots because we're going to have to zoom out to fit the bottle in there. So, second coat next of Polar Opposites. This one has that pink to purple color shifting shimmer in there. And you can see that glowy magnetic line. This is beautiful. Again, I feel like that second coat just made everything a little bit deeper and pop a little bit more. I do still feel you could get by with 1 coat, but like the second coat really did up it. So glowy. All right, let's see the velvet. I'm very, very excited to see the velvet of this one. Yes, look at that glow. How gorgeous is that? I love this. Love, love, love it. Again, this one is Polar Opposites, which I just realized I called it. Did I call this Glacial Goals? This one is definitely Polar Opposites, y'all. And it has a copper yellow shifting shimmer in the background. Y'all, my brain. See the copper yellow for the shimmer there in the background. And then that glowy purple. Yep, that's my bad. I'm reading things wrong. Maybe I shouldn't do 4 magnetics at one time. It's so pretty. So pretty. Okay, now I'm going to pick up Glacial Glows, which is our periwinkle blue, which has the purple pink shimmer, and you can definitely see that in the background. Hi, Karina. Welcome in. We are showing off some gorgeous polishes coming from Glisten and Glow. Right now, we're showing off their winter collection, which is a 4-piece magnetic collection. They will be available on November 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern on Glisten and Glow's website. This is 2 coats of Glacial Goals with a bar magnet. Y'all, it's so pretty. And then our velvet swatch. Oh, I knocked stuff over. Our velvet swatch here. Yes, again, that second coat just made it even deeper and richer. It's beautiful. You have that gorgeous, gorgeous purple pink in the background shimmer, and then that magnetic just pops on top. These are so, so pretty. Love, 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 love it. Hi, Clary Funes 11. Welcome, welcome. And then last but not least, we have our Sub-Zero Hero, which is the Frozen Light Mauve that has a red, pink, orange shifting shimmer. You can see that in the background again really well, and that stunning magnetic line on top. It just glows off of there. We had a super, super foggy morning this morning, y'all. I even took a picture because it was like, I couldn't believe how foggy it was. And that line just makes me think of mist. Like, it's just so bright on top of that beautiful deepened base. Such a gorgeous color. And then, of course, our velvet swatch is over here. Again, 2 coats of Sub-Zero Hero. I am obsessed with all the velvets on these. I can't wait to see them in the glass bead method. They're just beautiful. All right, let me get y'all label shots for those who like to screenshot their shopping list. So I'm going to zoom back out here so I can fit the bottles on here too. First up, we have our freeze frame. Here is freeze frame, 2 coats. You have your bar magnet on top and your velvet on bottom. So pretty. I love this green. I'm actually just going to go ahead and move those swatches off camera so they're out of our way. Then we have our polar opposite. All right, you got your bar magnet on top and your velvet on bottom. That purple just glows off of there, y'all. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Next will be our glacial goals, which is that periwinkle. Please don't stick together. Please don't. Okay, we stuck them together. Every time, y'all. Every time. All right. Glacial goals. So pretty. You've got your bar on top and your velvet on bottom. Again, 2 coats. Carrie says, been feeding my dogs and watching. These are gorgeous. Tell your dogs I said hi. I love dogs, y'all. Love, love, love dogs. I am that person who will see your dog across the street and be like, can I hug them? I love dogs. Absolutely love them. Here's your 2 coats of glacial goals. Oh, y'all, these are so pretty. I'm obsessed. Jill did amazing. Again, please, everyone go bombard Jill. Let her know that these are stunning. Get your money ready to buy these on November 19th. Again, they will be part of the Black Friday sale week. So definitely stay tuned for codes, deals, all that jazz. But make sure you grab these so Jill knows she does fantastic magnets and she keeps making them for us because these are so, so, so pretty. And then again, last but not least, we have our Sub-Zero Hero. Again, in 2 coats, you've got the bar on top and the velvet on bottom. Carrie says there are 12 of them, LOL. They say, hi, you have 12 dogs. I am so jealous. I am so jealous. I would totally come over for a puppy party or doggy play date or whatever you want because I would snuggle all of them. Every one of them. Our neighbor up the street has a one of the mountain dogs, the like huge fluffy ones that look like a bear, and her sister, she has a brown one and her sister has a white one, or vice versa, I think. And every time I see that dog, I just want to hug it. I want to go and snuggle it and give it all the pets and love because it's so fluffy and beautiful. And you know, it's kind of frowned upon to run up to a stranger's dog and just hug it, but I would so do it if I had the opportunity. All right, so that is all for gorgeous, gorgeous magnetics. I want to, one more time, I want to put these all down here so you can see them because you need to see, look at how stunning this collection is together. They're gorgeous. If you're in Michigan, they love Visitors 7 or Cavaliers and the Ultimate Therapy Dogs. If I'm ever up that way, I'm going to hit you up for sure. I'm in Missouri, so I'm not that far off, but like if I'm ever up that way for sure, we'll have a doggy slumber party. All right, so that was all 4 of our magnetics from the winter collection. Again, it's $14 a piece or $55 for the set of these. They're stunning. They will be part of the Black Friday sale, which goes November 19th to December 1st. I don't have full details on the sale, but Glisten and Glow site will post it, and the Glisten and Glow Loves Facebook page, so keep your eye out there for all that information. That was our magnetics. I'm going to grab our swatch wheel because now we're going to go into the other 3 polishes that I have here tonight. Let's continue with the things launching on November 19th because we do have 2 different collections. We have a collection and then 2 Black Friday exclusives. Those are both on the 19th, and then we'll do the November 7th polish in just a second. Is the third one. I don't know, y'all. Words, things. So we have 2 exclusive polishes. They're going to be $12.50 a piece. First one on the list is I Came, I Shopped, I Sparkled. It is a black jelly polish loaded with metallic flakies in shades of green, blue, silver, and color-shifting ghost flakies that shift red, pink, orange, and yellow. Look at all those beautiful, beautiful flakies in there. I feel like I'm zoomed out just a little bit. Hold on. I don't know why Instagram does this thing. There we go. If we zoom in just a little bit, it focuses way better. Look at these beautiful flakes. We do have some irregular large ones in there, which y'all know I love. And I hope I can get out of this bottle because they're stunning. All right, let's get it on the swatch wheel. Now, me and Jen both mentioned earlier that it kind of pulls a little green in the bottle, even though it's a black jelly base. So I'm excited to see what color it's going to be out of the bottle. Okay, we definitely have more of that black base to it, and then it makes those flakies kind of pop. They kind of make me think of like crushed shells almost. Definitely need a second coat, maybe even a third coat depending on your preference. It's very pretty though. Gives me super Christmas vibes here. It makes me think of like when you look at the Christmas trees in the dark, and then you get that like bokeh effect to it. So they just kind of all blur together. They're very pretty. Crystal says, ooh, that looks so pretty. It is gorgeous. Jen says, shredded metallic wrapping paper. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. Or like broken Christmas baubles. I mean, nobody wants that to happen, but like, because there's silver inside and then the color on the outside. Yes. Very, very much Christmas vibes. Again, this one is $12.50. It comes out November 19th and will be included in the Black Friday sales. So keep an eye out for those posts. And then the second polish that is a Black Friday exclusive is Retail Therapy. This one is a mulberry jelly polish loaded with color shifting shimmer that shifts purple, pink, and green. And you can see all those colors right there in that. Super pretty. Definitely frosted cranberry vibes for it here. Jen says yes to the broken Christmas balls. Yes, yes, yes. All right, let's go in with our first coat here of Retail Therapy. Very pretty. It is definitely a jelly consistency, so we're going to want a second coat. You can see that gorgeous shimmer in there. It's already shifting. You can see all three, the purple, the green, and the pink shift in that. Definitely need a second coat. It's very weird showing y'all like over when I don't have polish on, but like you still get the vibes. You can see. We're definitely going to want a second coat, but it has a beautiful, beautiful shimmer already to it. Lovely. And then the third polish that we have to show on our swatch wheel is our charity polish. So this polish is going to release, which is on the paper here. It's going to release November 7th at 6 p.m. Eastern on the Glisten Glow website. So this one is this Friday, right? That is Friday, right? Calendar. Can't read it. Yes. Okay. So this one launches this Friday. It is a epilepsy awareness charity polish. It's called Hope Shines On. This polish was in collab with Addie of Playful Polish Pal and Sydney, which is Pretty Polished Phalanges here on Instagram. And $2 of every polish purchased will be donated to the Angels of Epilepsy. It is called Hope Shines On. It is a vibrant purple jelly polish loaded with color shifting shimmer that shifts blue, purple, pink with purple reflective glitter. And again, you can see that beautiful, beautiful shift in there. You can see all those colors, all three. You've got the blue, the purple, and the pink right there in it. And then it is a reflective. So let me grab my flash and we will show it off. So you can see all those gorgeous, gorgeous sparkles. And then that shimmer really comes through in there too. Stunning. Now, with this being a reflective, you're going to want to put a layer of Glisten & Glow's glitter grabber on top of it before you top coat it with their beautiful glossy top coat, just so you get that gorgeous, gorgeous glass-like finish. Let's go in with one coat. Ooh, look at how juicy that purple is. This is stunning. Dare I say it could be a one coater. I know that shimmer is going to come up more with the second coat, but like, y'all, it could be a one coater. You could get by with one coat of this. You want to throw it on and get out the door. You could get by with one coat. Look at all those beautiful reflective twinkles already. That's just under the arch light. This is so pretty. And for this to be a charity polish as well, I love this. I personally have a close friend with epilepsy, so I love that this has a donation to that and it is awareness polish. This is gorgeous. I love this. I really feel like this would be pretty for Christmas manis too. It just has such a rich, regal vibe. So pretty. All right, let me grab our flash so we can show off the reflective glitters in it too. Ooh, look at that shifting shimmer. Look how sparkly it gets too. Ooh, okay, I'm sorry. I have the flash out. We have to look at these with flash too because they're also stunning with that flash. All right, back to our reflective. Look at those little twinkles in there, just a little sparkles on it. Oh, it's so fun. It's like little stars just popping in and out. Beautiful. Gorgeous. So again, that was one coat of Hope Shines On. It is the Epilepsy Awareness Charity Polish. And then we're going to circle back. I'm going to grab a drink of my cider here really quick. And then we'll go back and do second coats. This is back to our Black Friday exclusives. These launch on November 19th for $12.50 each, and they will be part of the Black Friday sales week that happens the 19th through December 1st. I shopped, I sparkled. This one is the black jelly polish loaded with metallic flakes in shades of green, blue, silver, and color shifting ghost flakes that shift red, pink, orange, and yellow. I'm going to go in with the second coat here. The first coat was not bad considering it's a jelly polish, but I know the second coat, yes. Look at how much more depth that has. All those flakies just layer and intertwine over each other. And I feel like that did bring that green kind of quality back to it. It gives it a little bit more of like a foresty, deep green. And of course you have some of those like larger ghost flakies like that one up there that really catch the light. It's beautiful. Again, 2 coats, no questions. You could do a third to really, really add depth and dimension. I don't think it's necessary. Y'all know I'm lazy, so 2 coats is cool with me. It's beautiful though. Carrie says, I love that one. Me too. Super, super pretty. Let's grab you a label shot for that one. Again, this is a Black Friday exclusive. There is your label shot in 2 coats. I came, I shopped, I sparkled. I love this name. Now we're going to grab our second Black Friday exclusive, which is Retail Therapy. This one is our mulberry jelly polish loaded with color shifting shimmer that shifts purple, pink, green. Let's get our second coat on this one as well. Yes, that just added another layer of dimension. It added some depth to it. And then that beautiful shimmer just glows. Completely opaque in 2 coats. It's so, so pretty. I love that base, that warm mulberry pink. Actually, y'all, it matches Glisten and Glow's logo pretty close there. And then that shimmer, it just, I mean, I know it's not supposed to be a sparkle, but it does almost sparkle. Hi, Brizza Succubel Nails. I'm sure I butchered that. I apologize. Welcome in. Let's see. Do we have a government name? Can I read your government name? Brissa? Please let me know how to say it. I hate pronouncing y'all's names wrong. You know it. I'm so, so sorry. This is beautiful though. So, so shimmery. Again, both of the Black Friday exclusive polishes are going to be $12.50. They launch on November 19th. Here is your label shot of Retail Therapy in 2 coats. I think Kevin started dinner. It smells good. Y'all, I'm always hungry during these lives. And I know people think I'm crazy that I'm always like starving during these lives. But we have lunch very early, and it is a meal replacement liquid thing. It's got all the nutrients you need for a meal in it, but it does not hold over super well. And then add on exercising on top of it in our busy life, and then we have snacks here and there. But by the time it is dinner time, y'all, I'm starving, and when I smell food, like, ugh. So I'm ready. I'm ready to go in there. Brisa. Did I say it right? Brisa. That's really pretty. And then last but not least, again, we're going back to that charity polish. This is Hope Shines On. It is an epilepsy awareness charity polish in collab with Addie, Playfully Polished Pal, and Sydney, Pretty Polished Phalanges. It'll be $13, launching November 7th. Again, November 7th, 6 p.m. on Glisten and Glow's website. And $2 of each polish is being donated to Angels of Epilepsy. This one is a vibrant purple jelly polish loaded with color shifting shimmer that shifts blue, purple, pink with purple reflective glitters. Let's get our second coat. Yes. Again, I said we could do one coat, and we could do one coat, but look at how rich it got on that second coat. Does that not look like it's glowing on its own? And then, of course, we got more reflective glitters in there, so there's even more sparkles to go around. This is gorgeous. Okay, I want to see this. I know Jill would do this. I want to see this in low lighting. So let me turn my arch light down. Yes, look at that. Also, I'm sorry, really quick. Look at Retail Therapy in low lighting. Aren't these just stunning? This is very, very rich. I feel like Hope Shines On could be a stainer, possibly, y'all. So I would definitely recommend a double layer of your base coat just in case, because it is so juicy and rich there. But oh, y'all, it's stunning. Okay, actually, while we have that light down, let's turn our flashlight on here and show off. Yes, look at those reflective glitters sparkle. So gorgeous. I love this. Again, November 7th. So this Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern for this charity polish. Support Glisten and Glow, support a wonderful cause, and get a gorgeous, gorgeous polish. All right, let's turn those lights back up. Again, this one is a reflective, so add you a coat of Glisten and Glow's glitter grabber, which I have right here on hand. If you don't have it, grab it while you're shopping on the site on Friday so you can use it, and then follow that up with Glisten and Glow's award-winning shiny top coat, and you will have the smoothest glass-like finish on this baby. Stunning. Let me get you a label shot. There is our second coat of Hope Shines On. Again, this is a charity polish, so it's $13 with $2 of every polish purchased being donated to Angels of Epilepsy. Y'all, I don't know why I'm keep slipping around like that. Stunning. All right, and that is our 3 non-magnetics. So you have our 2 Black Friday exclusive polishes. I shopped, I sparkled, and Retail Therapy, and then our charity polish, which is Hope Shines On. That's all 3 there. And then, of course, we did our 4 magnetics in the beginning. I lost one. Oh, it's under a paper. All right. I'm going to grab just the bar magnets here. We'll show those again really quick. There is all 4 of those beautiful winter magnetics. This collection launches November 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern, $55 for all 4 or $14 a piece. And they're stunning. Oh, that green, y'all. That green has my heart. I won't even pretend. So, so pretty. Fantastic things. I'm going to give you another chance if anybody wants to screenshot our info sheet here. It has all of those release dates, all of the prices, as well as the Black Friday sale dates on there. So you have that. And then we'll flip around and we can chat for just a second and we'll hop off of here. Okay. I always feel like I'm so close to y'all because I have to read and stuff. Well, I also have to paint. So yeah, that is everything that I have.
a dog wants to go outside. That's everything I have for Glisten and Glow's thing tonight. So we have the 4 winter magnetics. We had the 2 Black Friday exclusive polishes, as well as that charity polish. Again, the charity polish comes out this Friday, where everything else is November 19th. So there is a little bit of a separation there. Just again, I have that screenshot, or stay tuned for my swatches, because I'll have all that information in my posts as well. Lots and lots of gorgeous polishes. Make sure, if y'all love these magnetics, that you let Jill and Jaren know you love them, so Jill will keep making magnetics. Y'all, this is her... This will in total make 6 magnetic polishes, I believe, from Glisten and Glow, and I've not had a bad one. The consistency is fabulous. The fact that you could get by with 1 coaters, that is very, very rare for any polish, let alone a magnetic polish. And then they were so sensitive. Like, they just reacted instantly. I had playtime, and then y'all saw if I didn't get the thing where I wanted it, I could move it around a little bit. I was able to show you guys them unmagnetized before I put them on the bar, and it still like snatched it so quick. These are super beginner friendly. They are super user friendly. If you struggle with magnetics, I highly recommend Glisten and Glow's magnetics. But we got to make sure that Jill knows that, so she feels the love and she keeps making these, because they're so good. But yeah, lots and lots of beautiful stuff. Again, a huge thank you to Jill and Glisten and Glow for sending me these, letting me show them off to you. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you had a fabulous weekend, and that your week starts great. I hope your Monday is the least Monday of Mondays. Hoopty says these look fantastic. They do. They really do. Yeah. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see all of y'all in the next one. Bye.